Welcome to Study Buddy, meditation philosophy for the heart of your practice. This is a live online discussion of ancient yogic texts amongst meditation practitioners in the Shambhavananda Yoga tradition. My name is Acharya Satyam, resident teacher at Konalani Yoga Ashram in Hawaii, and I welcome you with love and respect. Well, I'm excited about tonight's class. Yeah, me too. Right on. Yeah, I'm excited too. So it's the last Shiva Sutra class, supposedly. We'll see. I know it is. It really is. We've got a teaching moment presentation next week. Then we got Thanksgiving off. Then we got another teaching moment. So we got sort of a big gap. Got about a month actually after this class before we start into our next text, the Vijnana Bhairava, which is going to be amazing. Pretty excited about that. And I think there might even be like a slightly different class format that I'm toying with, which I am gonna play with during the preparation weeks leading up to it. So I'm pretty excited. Hope this new time slot is treating you all well. And tonight, oh, did I miss something? Oh, cool, 2 thumbs. Oh, right on, right on. Yeah, you look way more awake, Tashi. I'm just kidding. So tonight's sutra was inspired. Jatila was going to be sort of presenting his favorite sutra and telling us a little bit about it. And then this morning he was just feeling under the weather. Texted me, said, "There's a 99% chance I'm not going to make it to class," and I apologize. Nonetheless, I had sort of worked with him a little bit and preparing the class. So we're going to stick with the sutra that really spoke to him. And explore that and unpack it. And I'm really excited about the sutra that he picked. Interestingly enough, the second time through looking at it, really, for me, really drew out some teachings that became really clear, really practical, and really beneficial. And I hope that comes through in our work together. So I wanted to just start by just reading a brief, the little bit that he had a chance to write me this morning, but he said, Sutra 3.40 really seems to touch on the fact of our challenge to find satisfaction inside rather than out. The notion that we try to fill the gap inside feels very apparent to me. I found this sutra very inspiring because working with this challenge, I found that I can use outside things to go inside. And I think that's what the sutra was about for me. So it's a great jumping off point. This idea that Sutra 3.40 is about filling the gap and sort of what that does to us and starting to understand the relationship of the inner and outer worlds and the role that that gap between them plays. And as the sutra tells us, we shouldn't be too quick to fill that gap because that gap is there for a reason. And so hopefully we'll be able to explore that together. So let's jump in to the text, take a look at the sutra itself. Here we go. All right, one sec. Here, it's this one, actually. Great. All right. Shoshone, I never call on y'all because I never know if the mic's set up, but do you want to read this sutra? Cool, I see a thumbs up. Let's see. I don't hear anything yet, but
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Cool.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it just takes a second. The computer is way back there. But
Awesome.
all right, Abila Sabba Hiragati Samba Yasya.
Nice.
Due to the insatiable and insistent desire to fill that gap in their nature, the yogis' flow and movement are toward the objective world, not subjective consciousness, and so they are carried from one birth to another.
Thanks, Tashi. Great job on the Sanskrit, by the way. Let's all give that a shot too. Abila Sabda Hirgati Samba Yasya. Abila sabda hirgati sambayasya. Taking just another moment. So I wanted to break down this sutra just, initially just to sort of feel its parts out. There's this insatiable and insistent desire. Well, let me just read it one more time. Due to the insatiable and insistent desire to fill that gap in their nature, the yogi's flow and movement are toward the objective world, objects, not the subjective consciousness, the self. And so they are carried from one birth to another. So let's look at this sutra in a couple of pieces, parts, just so we can grapple with it. All right. And here we go. So three parts to that one sentence. There's a insatiable and insistent desire to fill a gap that we feel in us. So there is a gap. It's confirmed. There's this part of our true nature that is literally called a gap. And we have this desire, insistent and insatiable. Insatiable is a pretty strong word. That means no matter what you put in it, it will never fill this gap. Yet we constantly want to fill this gap for some reason. Filling this gap, part 2, it says the yogi's flow and movement are toward the objective world, not subjective consciousness. So when we fill the gap, it changes our flow. It changes our energetic flow. Our flow begins to go out instead of in, as if to say, one could imply that the inward flow, as Patanjali says in the Yoga Sutras numerous times, is actually our natural state. An inward flow is our natural state. And when we fill the gap, it changes our flow, and suddenly our energy starts to pour out. That's what I'm seeing in the text here. And then the third part, it says, and so they are carried from one birth to another. Well, there's a lot of ways to interpret that. Literally, the concept of they are carried, meaning we are pulled out. In the sutra, it talks about how the senses sort of pull us out from one birth to another. Is sort of a big picture way of just saying this keeps us trapped in samsara, which, to put it simply, means we suffer. That we suffer and we feel limited. And however we might describe it on a day-to-day basis. So there's a gap, we try to fill it. Filling that gap changes our flow, and this seems to be the source of our suffering. For fun, I found a metaphor that really helped me work with this concept. I'm going to show you the metaphor, and then we're going to read a little bit more of the text, and I think it should meld together at that point. All right, raise your hand if you have a water bottle that keeps things warm or cold for 20 what hours. All right, that is everyone except for Marcella. Okay, Marcella has one too, unless she just felt peer pressured into that one. Okay, so we're all very familiar with this. It's a relatively new phenomenon. This technology, as far as I could tell, I didn't do extensive research here, but I think some of us remember when this came out. And the idea was that the technology was somewhat revolutionary. The realization was that the best insulator is not the styrofoam necessarily in your igloo coolers from out in the shed, but actually the best insulator is, I might even ask anybody. Mahavir is like, I know, but I don't want to unmute. The best insulator is air. So these hydro flasks, these hydro flasks, they work by having a thin layer of steel and then a vacuum air gap, space, I guess it would be a gap, a vacuum. It's called a vacuum gap in the diagrams. And then the other stainless steel outer rim. And that gap, that space, is actually an incredible insulator, better than any material we had ever put in between those two spaces, like the styrofoam material of like coolers that we, might have grown up with before, or that you find around the house that are not really as great as these anymore. And so this gap, the science showed us that this gap was an incredible insulator. So in us, according to the sutra, there's a gap that provides a bit of insulation. It actually, it to go back to the sutra, well, I don't know. I think actually the next quote might be better. It provides this insulation. Um, it allows us to have our energy inside and to be in a variety of environments outside of us without losing that energy. Just like our hydro flasks. You can literally put hot water in it, put it in the fridge, and it stays hot. The idea being like in us, when we can learn how to keep our attention inside, we can move through all kinds of different scenarios, and we don't lose that internal energy. And basically, all we have to do is learn how to feel and maintain space, this space between inside and outside. It doesn't mean rejecting by any means what's going on outside. It just means being able to feel, a majority of your awareness inside while you're in that environment. And so just take a moment before we jump back into the text and feel for yourself, like, where's inside for you? I mean, a very obvious location is like your body, like, and the dharanas in the Vijnana Bhairava often tell us to visualize like our body like a shell with this interior. And so your attention with practice learns how to feel what's inside. And just by keeping your awareness inside, bringing it towards the heart, possibly is obviously one of our strongest anchor points. We're not pushing away what's outside, yet we become more aware of both our internal and external environments. When you bring your attention in, it's not like the world around you suddenly disappears. We actually almost have more clarity about both spaces. In my experience working with the sutra, it's not like I have to focus on the gap, but when you bring your attention within, the gap is just naturally present. It naturally does its job. As thoughts come up in your mind, or itches, or whatever it might be, these are like little dents in the water bottle. And as we all know, because we also all have this water bottle and we all have a dent in this water bottle, as the inside and outside touch, the energy diffuses through that channel. And so when the thoughts come through, or whatever it might be, and you entertain those thoughts, the energy just sort of goes right out through them. If we entertain too many thoughts, we feel depleted. We lose our inner content. That heat or whatever it was in here diffuses. And we feel sort of like, So let's look at another portion of the sutra that touches on these elements. It's not like a new thing, but it touches on them. Marcella, would you read this one? And then I might change the slide and have you read a little more.
When by means of differentiated thought, the kalpa, that self is covered by ignorance, the gap is filled. Then the yogi is unable to perceive this whole universe, beginning from earth and ending in Shiva, as one with God consciousness.
Thanks, Marcella. So when that gap is filled by a thought, which obviously that's happening to all of us, we don't have to like be afraid of this. This is like, then basically that's when we contract. It's saying that's the moment when we are unable to perceive the totality of our being, the oneness, to perceive the wholeness, so to speak. And so when those thoughts arise and we surrender them, though, then we maintain that gap. So let's continue with this quote. Anju, do you want to read the rest of this one?
Sure, sorry, just finding my buttons. And so they become the object of the two states, good and bad. And this causes them to experience only pain in their own nature. When their consciousness is established on that which is not real, then they become the object of hells?
Yeah.
Not heaven. Sorry, I was surprised by that word. So just like bamboo trees, which are burned by their own internal fire, they destroy themselves by their own impurities and limitations.
Yeah, strong language here. So the idea is when the inside and outside sort of start to mash together, this basically causes this diffusion of our energy. And although it might seem like, oh, I'm gonna just sort of like lose myself in this movie right now. I mean, again, the heaven and the hell kind of concepts sort of make it seem like it's an all or nothing battle. It's not an all or nothing battle. As a meditator, we all know that. But when we sort of like just stop practicing for a little bit, we just sort of let ourselves go for whatever the situation might be. I mean, it might be fun for a little bit, and then eventually it starts to taper off, and then we're like scrolling and we're like, God, what did I just do for 15 minutes, or 20 minutes? You're like sort of like, it just sort of like comes back to no matter how good that first video is that you're scrolling through, if you do 20 of them, you don't feel good. And so we always ends up when we get drawn out, we always end up feeling depleted. And this analogy of like bamboo trees sort of rubbing against each other, this internal and external, when they really start to rub against each other, it creates a friction, and it almost like it's that friction that causes our suffering. It's referencing like windstorms. If you look in the footnotes of this chapter for that specifically, it says, windstorms in the area that this was written, I guess, when can cause the bamboo to rub against each other so much that it actually starts fires because of the friction. So they're using that as an analogy of like these two internal and external rubbing against each other so much that they actually cause suffering. On the other hand, Mahavir, they have the last part of the sutra, which sort of closes us out on this concept.
Would you like me to read it, Satyam?
Yeah, that was subtle cue, but yeah, you got it.
On the contrary, when the grace of Lord Shiva is infused into their consciousnesses, this causes them to contemplate and realize their own nature in its true sense. They then destroy all desires in themselves, refrain from moving towards the outside world, and are constantly centered in their own God consciousness. Wow.
If you have anything to add to it, Mahavir, by all means, go for it. Sometimes I know it takes time to digest it, though.
Yeah, there seems to be a little fire in it that motivates us to keep going. That's all I know.
Yeah. So when we're just simply able to keep our awareness inside, this desire to fill this gap that eventually is sort of suffering, it actually subsides. And that's something that we should always remind ourselves. We don't have to fight all these battles. We really have to do one thing, which is just try to come back to the present, just try to come back to our heart. And all these little desires, all these little dents in our bottle, they just slowly but surely work themselves out, right? And that gap starts to fulfill its purpose. And according to the sutra, when that gap is present, uh, which simply means we're able to feel inside, the sense of difference is lost. We actually feel a sense of oneness, and suffering naturally subsides. So let's just take a minute to again sort of touch on this. We'll take another minute to write, and then we'll share a little bit on it. So literally just we're going to do 1 minute meditation with this, and then a couple minutes of writing. And so try to feel again your seat. Feel this sort of water bottle concept of you have this shell, you have an inside, and there's an outside environment that you're in. And without pushing or pulling anything, just bring your awareness to the internal environment. That could be your breath, your heart, stillness. And what do you feel of this gap? How do you interpret this concept of a gap from this space, from an actual meditative space? You can't really focus on the gap. It's like you have to focus on inside, and that seems to do the rest. So notice if you were a water bottle, just for fun, you would have this inner content. Does it feel like it's maintaining itself, or does it feel like it's draining when you do this? And again, this is a natural state. So can you do this effortlessly? And so let's take the next minute or two for a little bit of writing, just based on, reflections on maybe those questions or your experience. Putting pen to paper is a way of working externally while keeping your attention inside. It's sort of a practice of the sutra. Mhm. letting yourself sort of finish your thoughts. Taking a moment to just glance back through and underline if there's a word or a phrase that seems to encapsulate your experience. And then we'll just drop it in the chat box. Right. Floating. Oneness. Moving into wholeness. Can I see a hand for someone elaborating on their keyword? And you guys can go here too if you ever want to.
Hey, Satyam, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's Tashi. I'm in the back of the temple now. Cool. So this made me think of like a buoy, like floating on the surface of the ocean, and how it just has to have that inner space, but also contained and kind of separate from the ocean in order to maintain its state of floating.
Excellent.
Devananda also wants to talk.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Satyam. Hi, everybody. Well, my keyword was rebirth, and it was because this morning I found a quote from Babaji's Seat by the Fire, and he was talking about the process of rebirth, where sometimes when the energy brings you right to that point in your practice where you have a choice to reinvest your energy and head to a higher level in the rebirth, or to sort of use all your energy in a horizontal way. And it seems analogous to the buoy analogy that we just heard from Tashi, but perhaps a little bit different because we're thinking about a physical flask with water, vacuum space, metal, and so on. But still seems pertinent to this sutra to me.
Absolutely. Just sitting with those two explanations for a moment. It's very helpful. Yeah, I mean, I think that concept of a buoy is such a helpful visualization of, honestly, like the experience of having a practice. When I think of like someone with an open heart, I think they have a buoyant quality. It just feels like there's a buoyancy to their experience. And I think when Babaji talks about his sadhana and his practice, he puts it in, he says that kid's toy where you knock it down and then it buoys back up and you knock it down. But there's this buoyancy that's required, for us to really grow. And I think that's a really helpful image. And it also helps to show that it's like we have to be able to maintain this inner space amidst this sea of samsara in order to really function. And then that concept of rebirth, I think that really articulates well. I feel like that might be when we talk about this the most, as a sangha. I feel like that's when we start to really dial it in, like, oh wait, there is a quantity of energy inside. It can be spent if I'm not careful. And I really, that those are the times when we really feel these subtle shifts. I think a lot of times we have a good amount of energy, and the little dents aren't that big, and we can lose a little steam here and lose a little energy there. But I think the way we talk about energy a lot in our Sangha is in terms of those transitional moments. And I think that is really probably, one of the most important times for us to be aware of this sutra and this teaching. So thanks, Devananda and Tashi. And always feel free to follow up if you feel like you had anything to add to that maybe didn't touch on. Or anyone else, if you want to elaborate on your keyword, please feel free. Oh, by the way, this is another example of the gap between comments. If I fill it, it doesn't allow for the next comment to happen. And so here's the gap. Right. Well, that would be like a water bottle that has a really big gap. There's a stainless steel and then it's like a huge gap. That's that space, that comment space. Yeah, like this one. All right. But I think something to really sort of work with here is this concept of internal and external, and that they do exist and they coexist, and it's not an either or kind of experience. That when we're actually internalized, we get both, and when we're externalized, it can appear like you get one out of two, but according to the sutras, you sort of get neither. How did that do you all feel like the idea of internal is easy to feel? When I say like, oh, where's your internal space? Can you just do that? Is that something you can just do like that? Just curious. A little bit? Yeah, some days other than, in this setting, maybe a little bit easier than obviously other settings. But yeah. I'm just curious because if you can feel the internal space, that's actually all we're trying to do. We don't have to do anything else about the gap or the external or any of that. And so it feels like for me, when I was studying the sutra, I was like, oh, I can definitely do that. It was almost a relief. Like, oh, that's all I have to do. Sure, Anju, go ahead.
Just kind of keeping with that too, Satyam, when I was writing, it was like a lot of this like letting go of any pressure to have to like fix anything or like do anything. Like my life's gonna be my life. It's fine. All I gotta do is, like you said, turn into that internal space and sort of let it happen. And nothing I'm gonna do this other way is gonna be the answer to alleviating any suffering. So I don't have to try to fix all of those things. I can just turn inside. And so it's a lot easier than thinking about trying to fix all of those things outside in a way. It just kind of feels like, oh, maybe I can do this.
That's how I felt. Yeah, like maybe I can actually do this. Like it's like we all obviously think we can do it. We're on this path and we're trying day in and day out. But sometimes you get a little glimpse of a teaching and it sort of sinks into a space that's like, wait, I can definitely do that. All you have to do is stay in touch with your inner experience and just feel your inner space. That's it. Yeah, Marcella.
That kind of made me think of like kind of the opposite way when we are like really outside and then coming back in and finding like I think of like being like depleted, like scrolling through social media or something, and afterwards you're really like, oh, like you just feel like your energy's gone. and then coming back in, and like just you're able to tap into like this massive amount of energy that wasn't there like a second ago, and that outward version. And I kind of experienced that too when I was doing my run this past weekend, where it's like the middle of the night and I'm like been running for like hours and hours and hours, and then I on and off was saying like Ganesh mantra throughout. And so I would just go back in and say Ganesh mantra and just have this like realization of like there's nothing keeping me from running right now, like there's no obstacles, and like just find this like really like strong kind of energy within that wasn't there when I was out. So it's kind of I don't know, neat.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm just sort of taking it in. It seems like a really wonderful explanation. I feel like what you're touching on, what you sort of bring to the table on that with that comment is that it's the reach within that is actually the generator of this content too. It's like that, you know, how Rudy said the wish to grow is the strongest force in the universe. It's like that wish to grow is the drawing within of our energy, of our awareness. And like literally that drawing within generates almost like a nuclear reactor, this force. It's almost like we don't have to wait for it to be there. Oh, we trained our energy in this thing or this worry or this tension. I guess I got to go to sleep for 8 hours and hopefully I wake up with more energy. It's like, no, the minute you turn in is the minute the force starts to generate. So I think that was a sort of a great addition to the concept that on the one hand, it's natural to turn within. On the other hand, it actually takes a lot of surrender and it generates energy, you know, which I guess together is saying generating energy is natural, and that, you know, we do it from within. So thank you for sharing that. And then the idea that you would be running and feel like the minute you turn within, the energy is there. It starts to generate, or you're tapping into it as a reservoir, however we want to look at it. But again, it's like this reminder that it's that turn within that seems to be the critical aspect of the equation. And we don't really have to do much more than that, although that is a lot. But sometimes I think I personally get carried away by all the things I'm turning within, all the things I'm surrendering, all the things I want to fix, you know, and I'm like, I don't see that in the sutra anywhere. I just see this one thing. So thank you all for the conversation. Take a moment to shift in your seat a little bit, of course. We're going to sit for meditation. If you want to shift your seat. So our sutra today really sets the stage for our practice in a simple and straightforward way. Taking your time to establish your seat is literally the establishment of your inner space. If the seat is constantly shifting, of course, then it's almost like the inner space and the external space are constantly interacting, and we never establish that internal space. So take your time. There's no one way to sit. Externally, so to speak, the only way to sit is in such a way that an inner space can be maintained. So however that looks for you. Having the fingers, the first finger and the thumb together and the legs crossed can be helpful for circulating that internal energy. top right by the top right of the. Thanks. Had to fix a little audio issue here. So the physical kosha, the physical layer of our awareness, is foundational to our work, but it's by no means the end of our work. And so we want to feel an effortless effort, a buoyancy in our seat that allows our internal space to exist independent of the environment that we find ourselves. You have to be able to find your physical center. The next layer of our awareness, the pranic layer, the breath, is a stepping stone to the heart, is a stepping stone to our energetic layer. And so it has a physical quality and it also has an energetic quality. Each inhale, your awareness draws within to this inner space. And as you exhale, you try to keep your attention inside. And you really surrender the external instead of allowing your awareness to flow out with the breath. Our awareness remains in. Each inhale draws your focus back inside. And each exhale, the internal space expands. It expands naturally as it relaxes. You might even say it unfolds. As you repeat a mantra with your breathing, such as hum with the inhale, saw with the exhale, it allows your mind to direct itself towards this internal space. I am that. Usually, when we speak, we're speaking out, speaking to someone. When we do mantra, we're speaking inwardly, we're speaking to ourselves. And what we're speaking about is this inner space. And as we progress in our practice, we can contemplate the subtlest inner space of the heart. You can feel the inner space of the body and the breath physically. You can almost physically repeat the mantra, but when it comes to the heart, we want to ungrip that need for a physical explanation and open up to a subtle experience of this inner space. For our last few minutes, remember that thoughts are what tend to dent the bottle from the inside out or outside in. They tend to be the diffuser of our energy. And so try to occupy this inner space. Let the next thought go by without reaching across the gap to it. And see if you can cultivate this energy. You can take the last minute to bring the hands together at the heart. Feel that space between the hands, slight cupping of the hands, and feel that space in your heart. And just breathe slowly into that space. You can try the slight smile and cultivate a little bit of gratitude or a little bit of contentment, illuminating and expanding that inner space. And just allowing the hands, the fingertips to slowly spread as the hands lift up slowly but surely. And try to visualize your heart opening like a flower as the hands lift and open like a large flower. And imagine this inner space opening vertically, almost like the top of a water bottle. And you can breathe into the nectar of the heart. And you can offer this nectar up vertically through the crown of the head with an exhale. Storing the merit of your practice and making an offering of it also. The hands can slowly float down. You might feel a little return on the crown of the head. Namaste. Thank you all for your focus and awareness. And as they say, this concludes the commentary on the Shiva Sutras.